Hey there. So today I'm going to be showing you my way of evaluating this sum, and this sum is actually pretty well known. This is actually a generalization of a well-known sum rather. The more well-known sum is k equals r to, let's say, some new number n of KCR. This sum is more well known. It basically, you can write out the terms to see that it's RCR plus R plus 1 CR plus dot 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 till NCR. So the way you evaluate this is that you notice that RCR, which is actually equal to 1, is also R plus 1 CR plus 1, and then you combine this term and this term to make something which actually telescopes the entire sum into n plus 1 CR plus 1. So I won't be doing that derivation right now over here. I guess I'll leave a proof in the description if you want, but the main focus today is going to be evaluating this more general sum. Also, you may notice that you can derive a formula for this using this, because you can write this as the sum as k goes from r to a plus b of KCR minus the sum as k goes from r to a minus 1 of KCR. So what this basically does is you take all the terms from r to a plus b in this sum, and then you remove the terms from r to a minus 1 in this sum. That way all you're left with is the terms from a to a plus b, and this can be evaluated to a plus b plus 1 CR plus 1 minus a CR plus 1 using this formula. So this is one way to derive it, but this is not the way I'm going to show you. So my way is going to be more related to induction. It's not actually induction, but it's kind of induction. So like it has the main features of induction, where we look at a relation between the kth term and the k plus 1th term. So what we'll do is we'll name this as a function s of a, b and r. So now notice that for s to be defined, a must be greater than or equal to r, because otherwise s won't be defined. And now notice the following identity: NCR plus NCR minus 1 is equal to n plus 1 CR. This is going to be a really important identity. But now that I've put this identity in front of you, there must be some bells ringing in your head, because you have one term over here. If you let n equal k, then this term is over here. So if we add in the term k CR minus 1, then we'll get this term. It may not seem so useful right now, but let's try it out. So notice that if we add this in, what we are actually just doing is we are adding in s of a, b, r minus 1, because adding this term in is the same as adding s of a, b, r minus 1. So I hope you agree with me on that. And now we can write this in another form, because we know this identity. So this will become k equals a to a plus b of k plus 1 CR. And now notice that we can change the indices. I'll do plus 1 here and plus 1 here. And now notice the cool thing, because this is also s of something. What is that something? Let's see. S of, now the lower bound goes over here, this goes over here, so this is a plus 1, and the upper bound minus the lower bound goes over here, so a plus b minus a goes over here. So over here a plus b plus 1 minus a plus 1, so b, and over here this number goes, so r goes in there. So we have the relation that s of a, b, r plus s of a, b, r minus 1 is equal to s of a plus 1, b and r. But notice that we can actually write this in terms of this by just adding and subtracting a few terms, because this sum is just the same as this sum, except you have added in, so I'll write the terms over here. So this plus the a plus b plus 1th term minus the a8th term. If you take s of a, b, r, and you do this manipulation to it, you will end up with S of a plus 1 br, because S of a plus 1 br is actually the same sum as S of a br, except with a few terms here and there. So those are the terms which are here and there. And now that we've done that, notice that we can cancel these out, and what will remain on this side is a plus 1 plus b cr minus acr. But now we have a formula for S of a b r minus 1, and that is equal to this. So if we just replace r minus 1 over here by r and r by r plus 1, there we go, we have a formula for S of a b r. So I'll rewrite it just to make it a bit more clear. A plus b plus 1 cr minus ac r plus 1, and this is the formula which, if you remember, I had written a while back. But now I want you to notice one thing. Over here we said a is greater than or equal to r. Well, let's plug in a equal to r and see what happens, because clearly for a equal to r the sum is defined. So if you plug in a is equal to r, then this term will be problematic because you'll get rcr plus 1, which isn't defined. So actually somewhere along the steps we have broken the assumption that a is greater than or equal to r, and instead we have made it into a greater than or equal to r plus 1, because if a is greater than or equal to r plus 1, then this will work. So for all a greater than or equal to r plus 1, this will work. Just one term is a problem, and that is the rth term. So if a is equal to r, so let's try to spot the term where or spot the step where we actually broke that assumption. So over here, that's completely fine, that's just an identity. We added this term in. Does that change anything? Well, we are adding kcr minus 1. So if kcr is defined, that means k is greater than or equal to r, and that is of course true. And since we are adding this in, well, k is greater than or equal to r, it's also greater than or equal to r minus 1, so this is completely fine. But now, what was the final formula that we got? It was r minus 1 over here and r over here. So on the basis of the assumption that a is greater than or equal to r, we ended up with a formula for r minus 1, the S of r minus 1. And then we did the manipulation of replacing r minus 1 by r. So we replaced this by r and r plus 1, and this is where we broke that assumption, because we didn't do the plus 1 over here. On the basis of this assumption, we found a formula for r minus 1. So if we are going to convert it into a formula for r, we have to do that manipulation over here as well. So this formula only works for a greater than or equal to r plus 1. For a equal to r, you have that previous formula which I showed you. But I'm not going to leave it there. I'm not going to tell you that my formula doesn't work for a equal to r. If you're willing for a little bit of hand waviness and assuming that you can say that 1 over 0 is equal to 0, if you grant me this, I can show you that this formula also works for r. So I'll clear off this and I'll show you that. Remember your promise. You granted me that 1 over 0 is equal to 0. And under this assumption, I'm going to show you that rcr plus 1 is equal to 0. And this is useful because if you go back and see the formula we derived, if you grant this assumption, then the formula actually works for a is equal to r as well. So if we prove this using this, then our formula will work for all possible values of a. So how we'll do this is we'll go back to the definition of ACB. So this is equal to r factorial over r plus 1 factorial into r minus r plus 1 whole factorial. And the problem lies right here. This evaluates to minus 1 factorial and this is r plus 1 cancelling out with that. So now the problem is minus 1 factorial into 0 should be 0 factorial, right? Because that is the very definition of factorial. And what is 0 factorial? Well, it's 1. So minus 1 factorial is equal to 1 over 0. And that's a problem. Except, since you've granted me this, we can plug that in over here. And now we get, this is 1 over r plus 1 times 1 over 0. And if you stick to your promise, this is equal to 0. So this expression is equal to 0, like we wanted to prove. I don't know why I wrote it again. Thanks for watching.
Turn up. Let's go.